Hey everyone, welcome back to another Fortnite Save the World video. So, you almost saw the new item sharing update, when you can't drop items or trade with others anymore. Only few modes allow that, like Dungeons and Fortnite, which have the item sharing modifier. To be honest, I didn't want to talk about it, since people won't like what I'm about to say, since we get a lot of these weird updates lately. But here we are. I will make it quick though, pointing to some important notes. We all know why the game had to make this change, which is duplication glitches. Yes, maybe there were other reasons, but this one was 99% of why they did it. And yes, I was one of the people who asked them to do something about these glitches in this video. Let's see first what led us to this point over the years. I'm not saying I like this update or not yet, just hear me out. Because from what I see it, Epic's still going on the wrong track with these updates, making it harder for the endgame players even more. These updates mainly affect only the endgame experience. So, every day I see Stonewood players with full inventories of 144 traps and weapons. They reach the endgame in no time, and ruin the endgame experience. They join the Mythic Storm King for example, and keep running around waiting for you to finish the mission. Or join a 160 mission, and stay AFK the whole time. Maybe they will be generous and spam some 144 traps everywhere. Some people work hard to farm, and others get it for free. But you all know that's how the game been for years. Duplication glitches everywhere. Even we started getting online stores for Save the World items or traps. Pay this, and get 10k traps. Then they become more and more till the point they ask you for just few dollars, and they will fill your inventory. Yes, you pay them, join their home base, and take as much as you can carry in your storage and inventory. Imagine you spend hours farming for traps, and they get it that easy. You may think, they are paying, right? Well, I won't talk about if it's legal or not regarding the terms of the game itself, but it didn't end up here. People who are willing to pay are gone, these glitches become known for everyone. Why pay someone, when you can do it yourself for free? Then another nightmare shined. Free giveaway live streams. You subscribe to them, watch for a few minutes, and take as many traps as possible and weapons you can carry and leave. I saw channels went viral just because of that. It became the standard for this game. Like people join my streams and ask for free items, and when I refuse, they ask why then you are streaming. You all know I'm against bugs and free items since day one. And the rare bugged weapons, that's a different story. I saw people willing to pay thousands for these guns back in the days. Then the 50k stacks bug, and more. Long intro I know, but I had to explain the main key for what got us here. Again, only the main reason, there are others. So, instead of playing the game as it intended, you just get free items, and start ruining the game. That was one of the main reasons not just ruined the game, but why the devs left the game dry in my opinion, but we will go back to this point in a moment. So, after all of that, we needed a fix. Something that balanced the game again. But we don't get new content, no new battle pass, nothing. And for the people who will jump right now in the comments and start yelling about the new weapons and heroes we got last year. Name me one actual weapon or hero that is good. Yeah, this weapon perk looks cool, that hero is fun, this melee is that, few days later, you won't see a single person using them, and they go to the collection book most of the time. Like I haven't even tested the last 3 or 5 heroes we got, because we all know they are useless. But anyway, we are not talking about that today. So, about the balance we were waiting for. Maybe a fair trading system like the other games. Maybe lot trading for a certain level, a lot they can do, which I will talk about in a moment. But not, surprisingly, they went and cut the whole thing. Removing the feature completely. Yes, we can use it in some modes like Dungeons, Hit the Road, Fortnite, but it's not a surprise. Like a mode like Fortnite is almost impossible to play without being able to drop items for your teammates. That's the actual teamwork for this mode, instead of the one they mentioned in the home base report, but it's not our point now. So, if they removed it from Fortnite, the game mode is dead, and they know that people wait for this mode every year. I know people only play the game only when it drops. The other modes are dead already. No one plays dungeons anymore unless they want the heroes or tickets. Maybe we play them once or twice for fun, and that's it. Same thing for Hit the Road. And in my opinion, this game mode is weird. Like if they went and deleted it tomorrow, no one will miss it, we all will be happy that they did something reasonable. But wait. Why I'm so angry, like I asked for a fix for this mess, right? Yes, I asked to fix the thing, not to remove it completely. But still, isn't it a good thing that will balance the game? Still yes, but they made it in the wrong time. It's a very complicated situation. It's good and bad at the same time, but why is that? It's good because now the new players have to play the game, instead of relying on free stuff. For people who were saying we can't help the new players anymore, are you serious? Like giving a couple of weapons and traps for your new friend who just joined the game is an amazing thing, nothing wrong with that. But filling their accounts with these bugged materials is not helping. You really want to help them, teach them the game. How to build their loadouts, how to build traps, tunnels, how to set up their survivor squads, and etc. You are confused, right? Like a moment ago, I'm against this update, then, I'm okay with it, then against it, again. It's not that hard, believe me. Its effect is very good, but where it leaves us, endgame players. Which leads us for why it's bad at this point. Let me give you few examples. So, I'm at the endgame now. Max power level, 145, even with more survivors superchargers that I can't use, another video for that. I have max survivor squads, max stats, max durability, max research points, max everything. And it's obvious that someone like me will have ton of materials in my account. And as you know, the storage and the inventory are limited to a certain number of slots. So, a lot of us just go and buy another accounts, level them up, just for storage. Maybe if they gave us the ability to buy more storage slots, it would be fine, more in a moment. Plus, since I make content for this game and stream it a lot, sometimes I run 2 accounts at the same time. Farming with one, like with a mats grinder during endurance, and playing with the other. Like, did you ever saw me farming before 160 missions? Or I'm always ready with metal every time. Not just that, sometimes I need to test things in different accounts. And to go and level a new account to Twine Peaks, maxing all trap schematics will take forever. So, I use my main account to help my secondary account. Another example you all will relate to, especially endgame players. Most of you have a lot of materials. You play the game a lot and farm a lot. You open your inventory to craft more traps, and you found that you ran out of planks, for example, but you have 10k efficient. On the other hand, your friend is out of efficient, but has plenty of planks. So, trading few stacks won't hurt. Yes, these examples aren't critical effect on the game, but this was a part of the game. Like it was one of the things which made Save the World, even if it has its good and bad effects on the game, still, it was part of the game that we used to, for years. You heard what I just said, 4 years. If we got that update 5 years ago, a lot of us would accept it easily. It was the golden age for duplication glitches, and doing that would put an end for the main reason which killed the game. Trading was so popular back then as well, but 5 years ago most of us weren't at the endgame like now. Even who was, still, their accounts weren't full of materials like now. Note that I'm talking about the option of removing that feature completely, not adjusting it. Like if you know a game called Warframe. This game has its own and unique trading system. Not just you can trade almost everything in the game in a trading bench, so others can't scam you. Like a box opens for both of the traders and both of them put their offer, they both need to accept for it to complete. You can actually trade with the premium currency. Imagine being able to trade some material for V-Bucks in Save the World. Warframe has its own loot system of course, but it's just an example. Imagine how much money this game lost just by allowing these feature. Like you want to buy a skin or something with the premium currency? Instead of buying some with real money, just go and farm some in-game materials, and trade for the premium currency. This game is almost 12 years old, maybe that's why they added this feature back in the days, since the game wasn't that popular. Still, after 12 years, they even made it better. Do you think Fortnite would ever allow something like that? Other game, The First Descendant. They just went and said it, no trading system will ever be in the game. Maybe one for some cards, and that's it. So, if I went and recycled a rare item, I'm sure of it. And the examples go on. There are a lot of things they could do, but first, let me know in the comments who do you think we should blame here. The game itself, for cutting the whole thing, instead of adjusting it. The game itself, for delaying something like that till it become part of the game, then removed it. The game itself for being lazy, cutting the whole thing, instead of adjusting it. Or wait, the game itself for not fixing the actual thing, patching these duplication glitches. Or us. The players who use the glitches. The players who drop these bugged materials for the new players or the free giveaway live streams. Or the new players for accepting these material. Told you, it's complicated. Some people go crazy when I talk about the game not fixing the bugs, like they can't or something. Like please, go check Battle Royale. They just don't change key features, they can recreate the game every few seasons. Not everyone will notice that. But for someone who played this game since day one, I can tell you, they created Fortnite so many times. For them to be able to do something like that, fixing Save the World, is not an issue, at least that's how I see it. But maybe if we got some things with this update, maybe we would accept it. And don't start with the ability to loot the materials that others farmed, that could actually ruin the game at some point, again another video. Let's talk about actual changes that will affect us, endgame players. I'm sorry, but we are the only people who play this game most of the time. Remember when I said we are the OG here? I can mention a million things, but it will take hours. I will mention few examples, and you can write your ideas in the comments, maybe one day they will listen to us. And most of these ideas are already done years ago in other games, so it's not hard for them. First, some examples for how to fix the item sharing system without removing it completely, maybe while fixing these duplications bugs as well. 1. A level lock system. If you have a very high level weapons or traps, you won't be able to use them or even pick them in the first place till you reach a certain level. For example, if someone dropped 144 weapons and traps for a Stonewood players, they won't be able to pick them at the first place. And it's one of the easiest and best solutions I can think of. You are at 2 stars mats, you can't pick 5 stars mats. 2. No item dropping allowed, but you have an actual trading system, with its own limitations. Another example from Warframe. Every item has a required level to be able to trade it. And you have a limited number of trades. Like someone who is in the game for a month or 2, can only trade 4 or 5 times per day. And with the level limitations, they can't get their hands on high-tier loot. So, they actually need to play the game. While endgame players have more trades per day. 3. A limited number for some materials. For example, I'm power level 145, I can carry up to 5k of each material. A power level 100 can carry only up to 3k, and etc. For new non-tradable weapons and traps, maybe the same ones. You all know the mythic weapons, give us more powerful ones that we can actually use, instead of the useless ones we got lately. Make them hard to grind, more ways to actually play the game. And at the end of the day, we can't drop or trade them. Maybe a new evolution for the current weapons and traps. We get more damage from them, but we can't drop them. At the end of the day, if you had to remove the system completely, add something in return. 1. The ability to buy more storage and inventory slots. I have 34k tickets, and don't need them anymore, I have almost every single item in the game. 2. Make some materials still shareable, like wood, brick, and metal. 3. Lock the ability to drop and pick items to a certain power level. Just do anything, don't leave us like that. Remember when you were a kid, when you do something, you are not sure if it will make your parents angry or not, so you make something good as well, so they don't get angry if they didn't like what you did first? Well, kids know that, but they don't. Anyway, as I said, it's very complicated to discuss this update. It's good, and bad at the same time. Not sure if I covered this right, but I tried my best. At the end of the day, I love this game so much, and I hope to see it better. I know that every game has its own time, and after few years it will go away. But when I look at the other parts of Fortnite and see they get that attention, I'm just jealous. Modes like Lego or Festival, that barely people play these days, and they give them so much attention, with frequent updates, battle passes, even without anyone asking for. And we, Save the World players, the OG of Fortnite, ask for the simplest things, and look what we get in return. And for the last few months, I saw a lot of streams leaving Battle Royale as well, the cash cow of Fortnite right now. Yes, that's normal at the end of the seasons, we get bored, nothing to play for, and we finished the battle pass. But now, even after few days of a season, they play few games, they switch to a different game. Even at the launch day. And you can see that some of they not actually enjoying the game anymore, but they are just play it for the community. I'm not talking about casual streamers, I'm talking about people who almost play it 24/7. Maybe they don't like the game anymore? Well, once Fortnite drops a good season, you will find them playing the game again non-stop, which proves my point. In my opinion, Fortnite is in a really bad place right now, and they don't accept it. It's good sometime to stop what you are doing and actually listen to the community. I can't imagine how much work, money and effort they put for these updates, and they don't get that much attention. Remember old Fortnite? The gameplay was what made Fortnite. Not weird skins every day, not kicks, not songs, not emotes that you can't actually use because they are all copyrighted. I can't remember when was the last time we got a good emote or a song that actually made by Fortnite, not a copy from IRL. And if we got a new skin from Fortnite, most of the time it's a copy from another skin. Anyway, I think I explained this enough. Let me know what you think in the comments. And that's it for this video. Don't forget to use code Larsis in the item shop and Epic Games Store if you want to support me, helps me a lot. As always, big thanks for all the channel members, super chat on the stream, everyone uses my creator code, and all the support, really appreciate it. Like, subscribe if you are enjoying the content, so YouTube algorithm will suggest the video for more people. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, see you in the next one.